Hi and welcome to day 21 of DEPHEMEREMBER, your daily ephemera inspiration in December. My name is Luise Heinzel and this December Daily series is a collaboration with my dear friend Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. Both of us are showing you lots of inspiration for handmade ephemera for your junk journal. So let's take the next prompt from our DEPHEMEREMBER prompt list and create a beautiful ephemera for our junk journal. Whew, already day 21. Can you believe that? I seriously can't believe that. The time flies by so fast, it's so incredible. But nevertheless, our prompt of today is button and tea bag. And in our paper bag, we are going to find, as always, the animal that we can use today and also one of our international snacks. The animal for today is the kangaroo. And I can already tell you that I am going to create something really unusual today. This animal has killed my nerves. I was nearly like freaking out before starting recording this video. But we will see. Oh, the snack. Oh, I guess this comes from Egypt. Yes, I'm right. This comes from Egypt. Really, really cool. Especially because Barbara's hubby has brought this from Egypt to Austria. Can you believe that? And now it's here. It's so crazy. And this, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dates-filled cookies. I haven't known before starting recording that this will be the snack for today, but later on perhaps it will be as funny for you as it is for me now, because when I see the dates here, I have some associations that are really, really funny. I will tell you about that later. So I know when we will have this, because yeah, wait a little bit. So, oh my goodness. I want to start with making the tea bag. And I'm saying making because I want to make my own tea bag today. I have never done that. Normally I'm using those, pre-made tea bags. When I had a tea, then I save the tea bag, dry it, remove the tea, and then use it in some way in my projects. But today I want to try to create my first tea bag from scratch. And I would like to make that a little bit artsy, as you can guess. So we are going to take a piece of baking paper. So this is just some normal baking paper. You can see I've already used it for something. I don't know for what, but that doesn't matter. I want to stamp a little bit to this paper and then later on fold a tea bag shaped thingy out of that. These stamps are by Tim Holtz. The number is 150. A little bit older, this set, and it's called Mini Blueprints 3. And in this set, there are some stamps that for this project I find really, really matching, because here we have this little thingy, this compass, this stamp here, and also this globe. And for me, when I think about kangaroos, the first association that I get is they are really far away. And so these three stamps would fit really, really well to that thought. So I'm starting with some archival ink ground espresso for my stamping. So let's first ink this up and let's see how it comes out on the baking paper. I haven't done that before, to be honest. And I'm using archival ink because baking paper, you know, has a special surface. And I guess with normal ink, this wouldn't work. for example, distress ink or also distress oxide ink would not dry on this paper. So that's the reason for the archival ink. StazOn ink would also be a possibility. That is relatively light. Oh my goodness. I haven't expected that. Okay, so let's try it again. I mean, it's not so bad that it is so light, but I thought it would be a little bit more intensive. I mean, if I would use my stamping platform. Okay, so let's try something. Perhaps this is not the baddest result. Let's try something. I will just stamp a little bit more, and perhaps I will change the direction. Let's stamp upside down so that not everything looks the same, and perhaps we can use this as a background. I mean, we can perhaps bring some more depth in here by using another ink pad in a second. So let's try StazOn Jet Black. Yeah. What the heck. But it looks interesting somehow, doesn't it? I mean, that is something new. Okay, so I will do the following thing. I will go over this a few more times with exactly the same stamps and the StazOn Jet Black ink. And I will try to get a really whimsical background. And then we will see what we can put perhaps on top, or if we want to leave it like that. So I've just torn this piece here out from my sheet with the help of my ruler. And before I decide if I want to put other mediums on top here to get more contrast, I want to fold the tea bag itself to see how it looks. Yeah, perhaps we can decide that later, because I'm really not sure if I want to leave it like it is, because it looks so interesting, or if I want to try to get more contrast by, for example, adding acrylic paint or something like that. So, a tea bag. Let's see. And I want to make it a little bit bigger than a normal tea bag is, so that we can see the pattern better, and it's not so tiny to work with. So I would say a tea bag normally is folded like this. It's overlapping here on the back. And then it's often such a double pocket like this. And then a tea bag always has this little things here on top. So I guess we have to find the middle first. So now I will take this mark that I've made in the middle here, and I will just fold this to the middle, and then I will fold this to the middle, and then take this little edge here and fold that like this, and then it looks really strange. I think that this doesn't have the right proportion, so I guess we have to fold this more slim to make it look like a tea bag. So I'm just trying to get this first fold slimmer. Then I'm taking this fold again that I've made in the beginning, just like this. So let's try to fold it here again to this middle mark. It's not so easy because this paper is so slippery and there are so many layers, but I guess it has to be like this. And then we could just fold this like this, but that looks really strange, doesn't it? I think I want to get rid of this corner here, so I will just fold it like this first. Then it looks like a little tag from this side, and from the other side it's like this, and then I will fold this over. Yeah, I think that looks way better. Okay, and then in a tea bag there has to be tea. And I thought about how can I include this kangaroo into my project. And I thought a kangaroo, I mean, sometimes when it had some dinner or I don't know, then perhaps it has to go to the toilet. And why not including the poo of the kangaroo into the project? And I thought, let's take some rice to fill that into the tea bag. It's, I mean, you know, that what the kangaroo makes when it had some food. So I'm thinking we can just open this. Hopefully I can fold it back later like it was, and we can just put some of this in here. I don't want to put too much in here, but yeah, you can decide that how much bulk you want to have in your journal. And now I think we can't see it through the baking paper. Okay, it's not translucent enough, or the rice is too light. Let me check something. What if the rice would be not white but black or something? Yeah, that would work. Here I have just put a piece of black and white paper in here. If it was black, we could see it. Okay, so we have to make the rice black. No problem, we have time. So we are going to take this out, and I will just take another piece of baking paper, put the rice here, and I think I will put a little bit more. Let's take all. Then we have perhaps a little bit black rice for our stash later. Then let's take some black acrylic paint. Now it really looks like poo, but that doesn't matter. So I'm taking a paintbrush and I'm trying to get this around here to make the rice black. And perhaps we can spread that out a little bit by folding the paper like this and then pressing it, because then it's not so close to each other and perhaps it dries a little bit faster. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, so we have kangaroo poo here, and we have to let this dry now. Hopefully it will not stick together, but we will see that in a few minutes. And I will taste this here now, and perhaps you can now laugh with me, because these rice thingies and the dates, I don't know, but somehow in my brain there's a connection. Imagine these dates were a little bit smaller, then they look like this. I mean, yeah. So let's try these kangaroo poo cookies and let's see how they taste. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go. Let's try to not think about kangaroo poo now when we are trying these. smells really, ooh, really good. Oh my goodness. I have destroyed it. So it looks like this. Really soft. Has this little black line there. I'm a little bit confused because I can feel and taste the cookie really well, but where are the dates? I mean, I can see them here, but the taste of the dates is coming really late. It's good, but I mean, the picture is also, look, you expect way more of the dates. I'm not sure about the ranking. I would say, I'm sorry, but it's only 5 out of 10. It's not so spectacular. Okay, so let's put that here into the candy journal. So I will put this thing here and oops. No, I've again stapled through 2 pages. Ah! My goodness, why does that always happen to me? I mean, stapler, that's not such a fancy tool. I need more practice with my stapler. So I will put this here and then I will have enough space for writing the ranking here. Here we go. Okay, so when these are dry, they look like this. Some of them have popped a little bit, but that's totally fine. I think that looks really interesting. But you have to make sure that these are really, really dry before you put them into the tea bag. I mean, this is rice, yeah? So you don't want to have this sludge, or how can I say that, in your tea bag. So I want to put some of that here, perhaps not everything, and then I think that's totally enough. And then I will fold the tea bag back together, hoping that I now can see this from the other side, and I can't see it. Okay, so this is crazy. This is totally crazy. I can't see it, but I have a solution. Oh! We will take this out and I will just do the following thing. I will search for a die cut that has approximately this size here, and I will cut out a window so that I'm able to put some acetate behind, so around the whole thingy here, so that I then can put this in and we can see it through this acetate. Whew. Okay, so here we go. The acetate is here now. Well, you can't really see it, but please believe me, it's here. To avoid this stress, please take a white paper and or you can also use a brown paper, but please, before you start, try if you can see the things that you want to put in there through the paper. I mean, I totally haven't thought about that. Put the kangaroo poo in here. Close it, just like this. And now it's there. Yippee-yay-yay. I love it. This is, I mean, this was an accident, yeah, but now I think I like it even better than it was before. And that's the cool thing about accidents while you are junk journaling. Since we have this acetate here, we could do something, because this back of the paper, of course, that looks not so nice, but I'm just thinking if we can perhaps put the card in there. And it has to go behind the poo now. How can I do that? Open that like this, and then it has to go like this here. And I want to try if I can just put it in there without gluing it, because, you know, baking paper. Ooh! Oh my goodness! It worked! Because on baking paper you can't use normal glue. I mean, you always have to sew or use special glue that it holds there. And it's absolutely the right amount of poo here, I would say. Perhaps it's a little bit too much. I mean, when that goes to the ground, it's perhaps, let's take a little bit out. That's way better. So I will fold this back, and this also. But do you know what my problem with this is? I mean, a normal tea bag would be like, exactly like this. This interesting folding would be on the back side of the tea bag, and here is a little staple thingy on an original tea bag, and this would be the back. But I don't like to have that on the back because it looks so interesting. So I'm just thinking of doing it exactly the other way around and folding this to the front, that we can see it later. When I hang that into my journal, then this fold would be on the back, and that's what the heck. I mean, I'm covering up the interesting things of my project. I don't want that. And I think this is great. So I will put one staple here, just like this. But now this tea bag also needs a label. And I had just prepared this little thingy here. This was a leftover from this project. Perhaps you remember these little love letters here that I had just cut out from a postcard. And this is just one of them that was left over, and I think this matches really well. But it's a little bit not the right shape. A tea bag label would look a little bit differently. The back side is not so nice, but I really like this. But I have something that I can use as a reference. Perhaps you remember this little box here with my scrap stash. All of these scraps were sent to me by Barbara with the journal so that I can use them during DEPHEMEREMBER. And in the very beginning, I have told you this just wonderful coincidence with this tea. If you want to know more about that, I will link the video down below for you where I have told you the story behind this tea, and also the tea bag that is in Barbara's journal. It's the same tea but in another color. And I want to take this out, and first I have to smell it. Oh my goodness, that smells just fantastic. And I want to drink this tea, of course, later, but I want to use this label. I could remove the whole thread. Can I remove the whole thread? I mean, I have prepared another thread here that I actually wanted to use to attach the label, but now I really love the idea to have this original thread here from especially this tea bag. Okay. Hopefully I can put this strange thingy into hot water later, so it's still closed. Yeah, let's see. So I thought we could take this and put that, oh, that is actually a really good size, put that to the other piece like this, cut down the edges just like this along the red line. Oh, this tea smells just fantastic. It's great. Now I'm confused because of the tea. Now we have the frame, but not all around, because these angles are not enough. So I will just cut a tiny little bit off from each corner here, and then it should be possible to put this here. Whew. This is the first thing of this project that worked, obviously. I'm really happy with this little label, and I'm just thinking I have the rest of the card here where the kangaroo was originally, and here there's the word daily. Perhaps we could, I'm just thinking of making this even more interesting, but how? What do you think about daily spice? And then I will staple this here, and then we can perhaps choose a page in the journal where we want to put this. But in the meantime, I thought about something. I want to try my plan with another piece of paper, a different kind of paper, because I really like how this came out here. It's so light and so background-ish, if that's a word. I really like it, but I want to try to do it here on this paper again, because perhaps we can make ourselves a little bit of collage material. What the heck am I doing wrong? Perhaps my table is too hard. I will take this piece of felt and put that below my paper, so that perhaps the stamp can give us a better impression. That's a little bit better, I would say. And if I look at, if I look at this, I think this is the right page, but I want to put some of this to the background before I decide where to put my tea bag. So I will glue this down with some gel medium. Now the biggest question is how to bring that to the page. I mean, I could just glue it down, but then I can't remove it anymore. This would be a great journaling spot as well, and I would lose that. I also don't want to lose the kangaroo here. If I mean, I could make a belly band or a pocket and put that in there, but then I would lose the whole thing, the whole look of it. I think I want to take a piece of cardstock, glue some of the fabric on top, and then sew around, and perhaps include this little thing in some way. Then we would also get this red again. So here we go. I've just folded it around this edge here, and I've sewn it to the back as well, so that we get a really good edge here. I'm hoping that I can, yeah, look, then I can easily attach this here, and this clip goes really easy over this thing. And that's also the reason why I have left this frayed edge here on the other side, because with this edge it's not so easy to use a paper clip, I would say. And then we can take the tea bag and put that here. And now I'm realizing that this paper clip is not big enough to hold that. Oh, that's so sad. It's meant to hold thinner things, so I have to search for another paper clip. These are so gorgeous, but they are not working here. Not so easy. So I've just taken out a Tim Holtz paper clip, a mini paper clip. I have no idea if that will work. Ooh. So tiny. But that, it looks really cute. So the big question is, can I get it to this thing as well? Or is that then too much? I can't see it. That's the biggest problem. Okay, I have it. Oh, that works just wonderfully. And we can also bring it into an angle. I really like that with this fold here in the page. That is really interesting, I would say. And now we could of course take something else and also use this as a tuck spot. And now I'm thinking if we should, is that too much? Is that interesting? I mean, for me it looks really interesting, especially because it has this special meaning behind, and I just want to have this here. I will do nothing to this. I will just clip it behind here. I've just put it down to the paper clip so that it can't fall out anymore. And I will leave it here just as a little reminder to this coincidence that happened with the tea. And yeah, this is perfect. This is just perfect. It's much red here. So I think we are going to add some tiny red splatters somewhere here. And for that I think candied apple is a good color. I've just mixed that up with some water. The prompt list says button and tea bag. And with all of these catastrophes that happened today, I've nearly forgotten the button. I have taken out this one here. This I've made by myself. This is made out of some book pages with some glossy accents on top. I have a video where I show you in detail how I made these, and I will link that down below for you, of course. And these are really great for journals because they are so flat. A normal button, of course, would work as well somewhere here, but I like these because, you know, the bulk in my journal is already relatively much, and to make it not more bulky, I want to use this paper one, this paper button. And I'm just thinking, I mean, it's relatively hard to find a position now because I haven't thought about that before. Because I've nearly forgotten it. I'm thinking of making something like a little page tab thingy decoration with this piece of paper here. But how to include that into this whole page design? Perhaps like this. Then it looks like it is part of this belly band. So I will just sew this on. I will just put a tiny little bit of glue here underneath of the paper and underneath the button, so that I can just make a knot into my thread, just like this, and on the other side of the page here as well. And I know Barbara has hoped for that I one day will do that I say, now I will tie a bow. But that will not happen in my life, Barbara. You will not see it. I will just make a double knot and then cut this off relatively short. I hate bows. I think when she is doing it, I mean, she is doing that relatively often, tying a bow on top of a button, and every time when she's doing that, I'm like, oh, nice. I would like to try that by myself as well. I will definitely make bows on top of my buttons for my next projects. And then when I have it there and I'm really close to doing it, then I'm thinking, no, I'm not the bow girl. Definitely not. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I think we've fulfilled today's prompt, and I think I'm relatively happy with this. Even if some things haven't worked like I have planned them, but that's junk journaling. That's life. Please make sure that you check out Barbara's video as well. The link to her channel is down below in the description box. She shows you, as always, another idea on today's prompt. If you're new here and perhaps this was the first video that you have seen from DEPHEMEREMBER, then please check out the info box. There's also linked the playlist with all of the videos that both of us have published. And yeah, that's it. I wish you very much fun with creating something like this for your own junk journals. See you tomorrow with another prompt. Stay creative and have a great day. Bye bye.